Hello everyone. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to change the strings on your guitar. And we're also going to look at how to tune your guitar. So it's like a full setup here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get out our guitar strings. I like the Elixir brand, the Nano Web I believe it is. And I think they run like $13 or $14. Really not bad for a good guitar string. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, we've got our guitar strings off, we're going to open up here the thickest guitar string of all, and the gauge will be 47. And what we're going to do is, I'll just speed this up some, we're going to go through, place that. I'll show you how that looks on the bottom part of the bridge there, or the saddle, in a minute. Feed all those through. We go ahead and feed them through so we don't have to worry about it later. We don't want to keep going back and doing the same thing over and over again. We can just go ahead and get them out of the way right now. So I'll go ahead and feed all these through. You can see I'm showing each one. There's a 14 gauge. We'll put that through. And the last one will be the 10, the thinnest of all the strings. And we'll feed that through. Here I've got it caught on something. There we go. Pull that through. Now this is what it should look like here. We want those turned sideways, those loop ends. And it just sits better. That way you can turn them the other way if you want, but this is how I do it. I just think it looks neater. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take the thickest string we have, our top E string, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it through the hole in that peg. Now I want the hole in the peg to be facing down towards the body of the guitar. It just makes it easier. I want to feed that through there, stretch it all the way out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a trick here. You're going to take your snips or your tweezers or whatever, and you're going to cut it at the very next peg. And this is important because we don't want extra string on the line. So we're just going to go to that next peg. We're going to take our tweezers and we're going to snip that string right there. There we go. Now you probably think there's no way that's going to slip off the line. We don't have enough. No, trust me, it'll work out great. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the string back through the hole just slightly, and then watch this. I'm going to hold that tension with my fingers, and I'm going to take my drill here, and I'm going to start to slowly turn it, and I'm going to turn it counterclockwise, and then I'm going to loop the string over that little nub that's sticking out there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it down back through the bottom of that, below that nub of the string that's sticking out. I hope that made sense. Alright, let's take our next string, same thing, we'll feed it through. In a minute here I'll speed these up. But just so you know, pull that all the way through, snip it at the next peg. There we go, go ahead. Perfect. Got that cut. I'll pull that back to where just a little bit is poking out there. Alright. Now we'll tighten that up. And what you'll do is you're holding that tension, and the string is going to crease. You go over that top and then back down below on the second pass. And don't worry, when we tighten the strings up some more, we're still putting more string on that tuner peg here in just a moment. Alright, we get that all tightened down. Okay, that's good to go. Now we'll just speed it up here just a little bit. Up several inches. Just a little bit poking out there. Hold the tension, let that crease. Up over the top, then down below. Man, my guitar I wiped it down, but it is certainly not as clean as I thought it was. Now that I'm looking at this, smudged up. Oh my goodness. Not good. Keep a clean guitar. Here's a good tip. Alright, so I flipped this thing around because it's too awkward the other way. And I'll pull that out, same thing, snip it, same process. I'm showing you each each string so you can just see how it goes. Alright. Now this we're doing clockwise because it's the other way. We want the strings to end up on the inside of that tuner peg. We don't want them on the outside, we want them on the inside. So we're on the opposite side here. So we're going to be turning that knob clockwise. The top 3 counterclockwise, bottom 3 clockwise. There you go. You can see my arm here. Alright. Tighten that down. Same thing, don't worry about these little strings. You do not have to loop them through. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I've never had a string slip doing this before. Because we'll tighten it up some more as we go along. Alright, got that cut. Last one here. Over the top, down below, through the woods, under the river, and across the meadows and over the mountain. Alright, that's how it should look right there. That's what we want it to look like. Nice and clean. Alright, let's go ahead and tune this up. Now I'm going to show you this tuning process because some people just say, well, tune it up, and people don't know how. This is, if you do it like I show here, you'll be able to tune it up and have it ready to go. So we were in D, C, and then D. Now we're up to E. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to come and we're going to stretch these strings in a minute. Now our target note here for our 5th string is going to be A. So we're at G, G sharp. Let's keep it going. And there we go, we'll get up to A. And like I said, we'll just get in the ballpark there. Now, we want to get this rascal up to D. It was a whole octave low, so we want to keep going. B, C, C sharp, and then D. I know people who get nervous about these strings, you know, possibly popping. They won't pop. They are built and meant for this type of tension. Alright, I'm going to come over to the other side here. I'm going to take a look at this G string. That was a whole octave low there, so we're going to keep going up. I use the Snark Super Tight tuner. I know other people have their own they like. Everyone has their favorite tuner. For me, I like the Super Tight. It's just always worked really good. Now, one thing to remember when you're doing that is make sure you have a good battery in there. Sometimes if it's messing up, you just need to put a new battery in. Battery's running low. Okay, we got up to G there. Now we've got to get up to B. This B string's pretty easy because it's pretty close to our target note. A sharp up to B. There we go. Lastly, we need to get to E. This is already close. D sharp and then E. Okay, I got that where I want it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some string stretching techniques. And what you're going to do is this is going to stretch the string so you don't have to keep tuning it 100 times to get it just right. You're going to grab right about the 12th fret, as you can see what I'm doing here, and you're going to pull that string up and you're going to just wiggle it. And what that's going to do is that it's going to stretch it out even more and basically age the string a little bit, I guess you could say. So we're going to go down the line. People do this before concerts, professional players, guitar players, banjo players, mandolin. They have their strings conditioned. Now I'm going to grab, and at the 12th fret there, I'm going to 12th and 13th fret, I'm going to pull the strings down. Don't worry, it's not going to pop. It's not going to hit you. Alright, same thing with these 2 bottom strings. I'm going to push on those. Now I could do that some more if I wanted to, but we're going to move on now. Alright, we're going to get that up to E. Let's check this next string. It's supposed to be an A, but it's dropped down to G sharp. D is a little flat there. G, pretty close. B, and then our target note for our bottom string after we get this B, there we go, would be E. Oh, that's real close. Now you'll still have to tune your guitar some more after this, but that's just a way to make it sound better faster. That sounds pretty good. Okay, we are done. That is how you restring your guitar from start to finish. I didn't show you how to take the strings off, but just got to pop those off, and then that's how you would do it. And you want it to be nice and clean, no strings hanging off there. When you have the strings off, you could wipe it down and clean it. I obviously did not do that here, but it sounds great. New strings, there's nothing like it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I have more videos coming out soon. Have a great one.